Hey, this is Kenny Hart with Neometrics Technologies. I wanted to go over a quick Polyworks tip for you. It's a question I get a lot, and that is how to change the size of your deviation feature and dimension annotations. So by default, if you look at the screen, I've already got everything, all my features extracted, a color map, and everything looks good. I've got everything positioned right, but some of my, all my flags are a little small. It's kind of how it's set up by default. So that looks great on the screen, especially if you got a pretty big screen, but when you got to put that as a snapshot in your report, they may actually be a little too small for the average person to look at and immediately be able to read. So we're going to go ahead and change the size of those, maybe increase everything a little bit. For now, I'm going to turn the deviation to surface off, and we're just going to look at the CAD model for the moment. All right, so very quick and easy to do. We're going to go to Tools, Options. Okay, and underneath this whole drop down here, I've already got the first one highlighted, so distances and angles. All right, so if you want to change the size of your angle here, or maybe if I pull this over, my dimension, my linear dimension there, they're both controlled by the same thing here. So font size 10. If I want those to be pretty big, I'll go ahead and bump it up to 15 and then click Apply. And you can see both of those got much larger. All right. If I want to adjust the size of the other fields, which are very small, you got datum plane A, the flatness tolerance, all that stuff, it's pretty tiny. So we're going to go under the same options window pane. We're going to drop down to annotations. I'm actually going to expand annotations and then click on formatting. And so we've got a number of different fields here. The first one is object name format. We've got if you look at any of the objects, you can see the name cone, datum circle C. We want to make that a little larger. So I'm going to bump that up to 15 as well. Again, that's controlled by the very first option. Click Apply, and you see the names all get much larger. The fields are still pretty small, and that's going to be changed right here. The very next drop set down is cell format. And maybe I want to make that larger, but not as big as the name, just to separate the two a little bit. So I'll type in 12 there and click Apply, and there we go. So you can see that looks much better. There's a couple other settings in here, so like report text fields, that's mainly to do with your report, and then measurement points. If you do add measurement points, they'll be pretty small as well. You can increase the size of those. That's all controlled from this setting here. Once we're done, we can click OK. And you might need to, at this point, depending on how many features you have, you may need to reposition things just a little bit. But after that, you're pretty much done, ready to make your report. So thank you for joining us for this tip, and I'll see you next time.